Beautiful souls, welcome back, or welcome to the Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or my live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Good morning, and it's great to see everyone. I hope that everyone has been doing very well. It has been a little bit of a gap since I was last on, so it's good to be back, and it's good to be settling back in. We had a wonderful time in Mexico. It was absolutely soul filling and my heart is full, and it's just been a glorious glorious time to process everything that I experienced over the last week or so. So I'm talking today about the energy update for the remainder of the week. I know it. Hey there, you guys, here you all come. I missed you so much too, Kayla. I truly did miss the coming on live and chatting with you guys. So energy update. So I did find myself, I'm going to be brutally honest, I did find myself struggling this morning a little bit to kind of sit in meditation. It took me a few moments to kind of gain my focus. And part of that was a lot of the energy that's floating around. And I'm sure most of you are feeling it as well. The first thing that, hi there, look at you guys. Welcome back. Thank you so much. I didn't expect you back. Good morning. Had some hard news on Halloween night. I will get back to the questions there, Katie, in a minute. I just want to talk about the energy because it's a little bit thick, it's a little bit heavy, and the first thing that Spirit said to me is, "Remember, it's only temporary." The energy. I was reminded of that loud and clear. It's all temporary. Everything that we go through is temporary. You know. We will all push through this. We will all get through wherever we are on the spectrum of the energy today. We are going to get through it because it's only temporary. It's all only temporary anyway. Now, one thing that Spirit talked to me a lot about is about, I'm just going to go back into my words and go back into my channeling and looking at my paper at the same time, is we need to love and nurture each other right now. We need to really focus our energy and focus our awareness on this whole support and this whole collective. And that has been a big theme for a long time. And when you look at history, when we just look back at history, that has always been the theme of the learning. No matter where in history you go to, there's two separate opinions or 10 separate opinions. And when people are okay, I'm not going to use the word allowed. We're all allowed to have our own opinion on things, but collectively we need to hold space, and collectively we need to pull together, and collectively we need to push into more of that support. And and this was really interesting how Spirit said this to me. The future, so the future energy, our future selves, the future that's coming is going to help push us through this. So to get to the other side of something, we need to kind of navigate through the power of now. And right now we're here, and right now we need to support, and right now we need to reinvent, and right now we need to lean into, okay, we cannot change certain things, but we can change how we look at it, and we can change how we're going to go through it together, how we're going to collectively support. Now, when I was in my meditation this morning, I felt that pull in of people, and I felt the pull in of energy, and I felt Spirit pulling us inwards to that collective space. Will there be some resistance? Absolutely, there always is. There's always resistance in certain pockets, but collectively, we are going to pull everyone together, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but not as much time as you may be expecting. Then Spirit shone was shining was shining this great big pot light. It was like this huge pot light from the spirit dimension shining down, and I felt it very very near. Like it was literally like a few feet in front of me. There's something coming up, and it feels very very close to me, so either November or December, that is going to shine some light. There is some light coming for us, and it's going to help navigate the way from the spirit dimensions. Now, will everybody see that light? No. Will the collective see that light? Yes. Alignment is going to be your superpower. Being able to trust when everything around you doesn't make sense. And I felt that. I felt really disorientated in my meditation. Spirit was giving me things at such a confusing energy and literally shouted at me. Alignment is our superpower. To be able to come on in when things feel dark, or when things feel heavy, or when the energy around us seems to be amplified. Anchor in with alignment is our superpower. And when we kind of lean into that, we can shift things collectively. We can shift things with more of a collective maturity, with being able to say, okay, you have this view, I have this view, but we don't have to be separate. We can still come together and love and support collectively. And I really feel that repeat lesson throughout time, that repeat lesson of that, divide does not answer, does not fix, is not the answer to things. It's going to be more of a collective and connect to that energy. The other thing is we are lifting each other up, and that was huge. We are lifting each other up. So, and I think what spirit meant by that is when we have this realization, aha, divide is not the answer. Divide and conquer is not the answer. Collective maturity and collective gathering and collective support, regardless of the belief system, and regardless of what you believe, and regardless of what I believe, we can still hold each other in the vibrational space, and that is going to be a celebration at some point within the next short while. This light that came from the spirit dimensions was so powerful and so fulfilling. I felt so fulfilled, and I felt myself settle into the channeling, because when I first went into channeling, I was like, I don't know if I can hold my focus. And when spirit said, yes, you can, you need to kind of step out. Alignment is your superpower. When I was able to do that, I was able to literally sit and say, okay, let's move forward, let's support, let's navigate this from more of a collective space. I also feel that there's going to be a bigger presence in the voice, no matter what's going on around us, the voice, even for other people that's not right for other people. I felt that coming into a collective space, and I want to kind of say to you, lean into that, lean into more of that, kind of shift us a little bit more into, okay, I've got to collectively support. It's a lot. The other thing is reminding yourself that you don't have to always be tuned into what's going on in the physical world. We do not have to participate in certain energies. We don't have to acknowledge it. We don't have to lean into it. We don't have to swallow it. We do not have to do that. One thing that the other thing that spirit talked to me about was pay attention to your physical body. If your physical body is feeling tense, stiff, there's a lot of stiffness that's going to be floating around the rest of the week, a lot of headaches going around. The loudest message that you're meant to hear from that stiffness is you're too much into what you can't control, and you're too much into what might not be true. So there's a lot of what's not true out there as well, and we need to be especially aware of that for our physical body wellness. That's going to be huge. So, turn off the news, put down your cell phone, go and find something that resonates with you, that's going to kind of calm that energy, and the sore body and the stiffness will start to slow down. Because I really feel between now and Sunday, there's going to be a lot of stiffness, and it's because your physical body absorbs energy. So just kind of remember that I said that if you start to feel stiff. All right, you guys, I'm gonna have a little sip of my tea, and then we're gonna get to some questions. Okay. Um. All right, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna come back up here. Kate CB had some hard news on Halloween night. Any messages about it, Kate? So with that hard news, I need to kind of like, and this is a spirit showing it to me. I need to kind of like get you to visualize a gift box and holding all of that hard news in a loving space as you process it and as you navigate through it. I just got to kind of like, and spirit's literally taking like light and ribbon and kind of holding the hard while you navigate through it in a loving space. And that can be really hard to do. I can hear you. That can be really hard to do. But as you do that, and the reason that spirit wants is showing me that is with that hard news, it's almost like I have to start the healing of that hard news right away. As you navigate through it with that healing, loving energy, knowing that spirit is around you and holding you and helping you with that hard time. I need to get you to lean in there with that purpose of healing, and others around you will also heal that. What we emit out, what we put out, other people benefit too, and other people can also be at a disadvantage to what we put out, right? So being able to kind of put out that healing energy while you navigate through this hard news will not just help you, but it'll also help those that are going through that with you. I hope that makes sense there to you. Joy, hi Lana. Much love from the Netherlands. Thank you, Joy. Much love from Canada. Good morning, Lana. How do you explain demonic possessions from a spiritual perspective? Okay. So, and I always say, take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so this I can only share from my perspective. So anything that's dark, anything that comes at us from an energy that we don't want to be a part of, we have control of. I do feel that darkness is generated here. I feel like that is a created energy. I feel that we open up to that. I feel that, if you step aside from it and not, I'm going to use the words, not connect or not buy into it or not support it, I don't have any worries myself about anything dark. I also feel that sometimes, I'm going to say this lovingly. Sometimes things have been staged, and that's the other thing too. Is some things are not truth, even though we may have seen a video of it or read about it in a book. There are some things that are true and some things that are not true. And the power of energy, you can take energy, and I've seen people be able to use energy to do good things. I've seen people do energy, and positive energy has also done magical things like bend things, support things, lift things. But I feel that when it comes to the dark stuff, I feel that that is something that if we choose to lean into, it grows. If that makes sense there for you. What is the timeline on temporary? Um, timelines, Fran, are something that we do have control of. We are being shown that we need to learn something. We are being shown that we need to support that this divide is not the answer. So it's going to depend on how we in the physical world navigate through that. The more that we resist collective, the longer the temporary. But I do feel that we are at a point where there is enough of that. Like and you probably see it in your own friends and your own, chit chats with people. I feel like people are like, yeah, there's enough of that. And you do, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what politician you're under, we do have control and a voice as a people. Are we willing to use it with yes, that's okay, and that's a hard no collectively, right? So we need to be able to take that voice and be able to speak our truth collectively, lovingly, supportively, and use that, right? Because the people have the power, and that's one thing. We all have power. You've got power. You have your own personal power. I've got my own personal power. Collectively, we have a personal power. So just because something has been said and done, that doesn't mean that we're powerless. And ooh, that was good. Thank you. And so true, right? We don't have to submit to what's being shown or done or said around us. We can collectively, with love, I'm going to throw that in there, with love, we can collectively stand together with hard yes and hard no. The people have the power. So that is so important, regardless of how anything shakes down around you. Even workplaces, in your home, you have your personal power. All right. Hi, Lan. I just wondering if any messages from my dogs that have passed. Michaela, so first of all, I feel like you're still being led. So you know how dogs, they like to lead the way, they like to walk in front of us. They're still doing that in the spirit from the spirit dimensions here. They're still guiding. I see them as guide dogs, but I also feel like they don't. At one point, they had to like really pull to guide, and now I don't feel that pull to guide. I feel like like it's more or less like that walking together. They're not pulling you as far as guiding you. Now it's like you're following the way, you're following your path, you're following your authentic self. They're not pulling as hard, like, hey, Michaela, come this way. You have more of that inner knowing to just I'm just gonna follow and take the support along the way. So well done there, you beauty. Collective, yes, collectivism, yes, Kayla. It's going to be huge. And I really feel like we need to kind of start that more and more and more right now. Hi, beautiful Lana. I thank you, darling. Hello, beautiful tropical empress. I've had many energies attachments attaching to me. It's been really hard happening on my live stream. I think I got a visit from my dad in November, his death anniversary. I love that dad came to visit. So tropical empress and spirit, one thing that I want you to really be hard no on, just hard no it. And it is that simple. Hard no on anything that is not for my highest good. I'm out. I have been doing this for many, 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 many years. And I am a hard no on anything, anything. I'm a hard no. It's a spiritual boundary. So with your own spiritual boundaries, have a look at what you need to do to tighten that up. If it's energy that you don't want attaching. So you can I'm gonna give you a couple of really good ideas here. So underneath your chair, get a white towel and have the white towel symbolize only love and light. Okay. I there's a video with me and Haley. I think it's probably about 2 years ago. We went out to Niagara Falls, and I was in a tunnel doing some work with us with the spirits that were trapped, and I stood on a tunnel or on a towel. I always, before I do any spiritual work, I call on my spirit guides and I surround myself with love and light. I've got guardians from the spirit dimensions, and I'm not open to anything else. So you've got to close your mind to being open to anything else. The other thing is I really feel here with this is I feel like it's not necessarily entities, or I feel it more of your own worry manifest. What will people think of me? What if I'm not good at it? I feel it more of an energy, but I feel like it's stemming from within you. I feel like when you show up, it's like, what will people think of me? What if this isn't right? What if that isn't right? And that kind of builds up, and that it's like a form of manifesting. If you put so much energy in caring what people think, you're going to attract in what you don't want. So I feel it like I've got to tighten up your spiritual practices, become more spiritual, like boundaried with energy. I've got big boundaries. There were big boundaries. If it's not of the light, I'm out. And I'll tell you right now, it has been well over 25 years, and I have not experienced that. And I also don't pick up what's not mine. If somebody has a comment, or somebody has a thought, or somebody has whatever, with love, I just refuse to pick it up, regardless. And I mean, I haven't had it happen very often over time, but I have had very few comments with people from a negative perspective, because I'm not open to receive it. I really don't care. I I truly, with love, I respect everybody's opinion, but with love, I don't pick it up. So I think I've got to get you to kind of like shift into that a little bit. And I also feel that you're shedding some ego stuff. I really feel like there's a shed there. And with that shed of that ego, you kind of have to replace some shedding with a layer of love and light. So that's one thing that I feel quite strongly there. We can call in energy that we don't want, right? So by our thoughts, by by our belief systems, shift that. And that goes for all of you. Just shift what you don't want, because it's a form of manifesting. Your fears can manifest. All right. Wes, I'm being nice and cozy. Um, up in the forest at a picnic bench. Good for you, Wes. Elena, thank you for being here today, Elena. I needed your hopeful words now more than ever. Elena, I do feel like we're going to get through this. I truly do. Alignment is our superpower. And I do feel that, what are we being taught here? What do we need to learn? And I do feel that the people are open to learn. I truly do. I don't feel horrible. I feel like, yeah, it's going to get bumpy, but there's some kind of light here at the end of the tunnel. And it feels good to me, and it feels collective. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself, like, don't dive into what's wrong. Dive into it's only temporary, and I'm going to focus on going forward in my journey, and I'm going to go focus on only healing, and I'm going to focus on only love, and I'm going to focus on only light. Okay, I needed to hear that right now. Oh, Caleb, bless your heart. The fairies are here teaching me to trust. I'm working on their homes here and have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I'm glad that you're trusting their bubbles, and fairies are excellent teachers. Buenos dias, Lana. Buenos dias, Laura. Matriarch astrology, hi Lana. In preparation for Sarah, I'm purged the other day, and I purged the other day, and I felt it was more energetic than physical. Is this my body preparing for ceremony? Anything else for my spirit team? I love that you're preparing for the ayahuasca. I absolutely love that. The physical body does prepare, but so does your energetic body. So when you purge, you're purging things that no longer serve you, right? That's what a purge is. But you're also completely letting go. And I feel, matriarch, that you've done a really good job of letting go, and I'm just going to open up and clean and make space. So it's like doing it for your home. When you purge and you get rid of a bunch of stuff, what do you have in your home? You've got more space. And it's the same thing with, what you're preparing for is, and I would also like you to continue to do this even after your ceremony. Put it in your calendar, whether it be once a week, every day, once a month, where you're going to do an energetic purge. It's very simple. I am just going to let go what no longer serves me. And that is something that I do every day. I literally, what if it doesn't serve me? I don't want it. And sometimes I'll be like, well, holy cow, I didn't see that coming. And then I remember, okay, I asked for what doesn't serve me. And that's one thing with asking for what doesn't serve you to please go. There is an element of surprise. There is an element of, I didn't think, wow, that person's no longer in my life. If you ask for what wasn't serving you, and somebody's meant to go this way and you're meant to go that way, there's a big trust factor that comes in there. But so what else from my spirit team, matriarch? Continue to do purges that doesn't serve you, because I feel like sometimes, I'm going to say this with love, I feel like you're a collector. I feel like you're a collector of energy, or a collector of experiences, where you collect it and hold it rather than let it go. I think you've gotten much better, but I think that this ceremony with the ayahuasca is going to teach you that at an even higher level. All right, Crystal, do you think the results would be challenged? Recount something. I've been sobbing all morning. So, Crystal, I do feel, and I think it's a given. I mean, I think it's a given that it's gonna be challenged, right? I mean, it usually is, isn't it? So I feel like I have to say, okay, Crystal, what's in your control and what's not in your control, right? So either way this goes, it's completely out of our control now, and I feel like I've got to say, Crystal, it's going to be okay somehow, some way. There's something that collectively, because this affects everybody, it affects many countries. There is something collectively that we're being taught. So what are we learning through this right now? The other thing is I that light, that spirit showed me. I want you to guys remember that I said it. There's something coming in November with this, and it's a brilliant, bright light. Just remember that I said it. So tap into that energy. Tap into, the light at the end of the tunnel kind of feeling, or the light at the bottom of your feet. I feel like I've got to just kind of support yourself with energy and with light, and be careful how much time you're spending listening to this. Be careful what you're absorbing. Alignment is your superpower, and we all have alignment. All right, Joe Smith, I'm desperate for some help from the spirit regarding everything I'm going through at the moment. I'm praying they have some advice. Joe, I do feel. So yeah, Joe. So I do feel, Joe, that you're going to get through this. And I feel like I've got to get you to lean just a little bit more into spirit. I need to kind of surrender. I can really feel my jaw. So I don't know if you're holding energy in your jaw, or if you're clenching, or if I'm just feeling how tense you are. But I feel like I've got to say, loosen the jaw, keep breathing, and trust. And I feel it, and I understand when things are really hard and we get into that desperate place, it's hard to trust and it's hard to surrender. And I got to get you to feel something else besides the desperation. Feel the support. Feel the love around you. Surround yourself with people who can be there for you. Continue to call in spirit. They're holding you up. And as you navigate through this, allow them to carry you through. There's some things we have to go through, and spirit can't fix it. Spirit can't change it. It's because it's part of our experience and our journey here. But surround yourself with that energy to help navigate through this. I hope that makes sense there for you, Joe. Um, I lost my spot. Sorry, guys. I try not to do that, but I get excited and the mouse goes flying. Okay. Nisa, good morning, Lana. So happy you had an amazing time on your trip. Quick question. There is a floater position open at my job. Does it feel like I have a good chance to get it if I apply? Does it feel good? Nisa, this will be hard for me to narrow down. Because there's so many floating factors, and you can't not control other people's choice and free will. So I do feel good with this job. I feel like I've got to push you to apply for it. I feel like I've got to kind of work on some more of that thoughts that are going through your head because that affects things. I'm going to apply for it. And if it's for my highest good, I'm going to get the job. And if it's not for my highest good, I'm going to leave it and be, and lean back into what I'm currently doing. If it's for my highest good, I'm open to receive that job. Because if it's not for your highest good, and you said, do you want it? Right. So I need to kind of get you to kind of put down all of that overthinking about it, apply for the job. If it's for me, great. If it's not for me, great. And I'm telling you, it's really powerful to celebrate when you don't get what you want. When you don't get what you want, it's for your highest good. And not getting what you want, if I was to say to you, not getting what you want is going to be the best thing for you ever. How would you feel about that? Right? So we don't get what we want when we're asking for our highest good. And you said, I do feel that I need to push you to apply, be okay with either way, surrender it either way. If it's meant for me, great. If it's not meant for me, great. And that is something that I do all the time. If I'm not meant to go there, do that, be that person, I'm fine with it. If I'm not meant to, great. If I'm meant to, great. And that's a real freeing. It lifts off a lot of the overthinking. If it's not meant for me, bravo. Okay. Glad to see you again. How close is my green card? I don't feel it far. So it's also right on my nose. I don't think it's coming in this week, but it's not because it's not touching my nose. So it's slightly out. I feel like it's on its way. I can feel like that. It's like a paper airplane. It's kind of funny how Spirit just showed me that the paper airplane's been launched. So I feel like it's coming. I don't know why I'm seeing the paper airplane, but that's what it is. Where are we here? Diane, yes, I get involved with politics too. I have been taking little steps back. Take big steps back. Take big steps back. And the other thing is if you guys are really struggling today, smudge yourself. Either use some, just go have a shower and wash off the energy. Use a sage stick if that resonates. Grab a candle, grab a crystal. Literally wipe yourself off. Don't absorb what's not yours, and don't absorb. Just kind of give yourself some time and a break to be able to put that down. Tia, any messages? Is there any messages for me? Tia, I really feel like I need to say to you, good job. Good job on growth. Good job on sifting and sorting. So I don't know why I have to sift and sort. So I don't know if you've been putting things in the piles to kind of like, okay, that resonates with me, that doesn't. This is where I want to go. This is what I don't want. I feel like you've been sifting and sorting, and I need to say, well done, you. Well done with the sifting and sorting. I also feel like I've got to inject some more self love and some more self support. I feel like it's got to come more from you. I feel like that's got to be it's me. It's me that's got to support me. It's me that's got to support me. Trust when, and I also have to say, trust when things are leaving your life because it's making, and again with the whole making room, and I feel like that's part of the sifting and sorting. But I feel like I've got to say, good job, well done, Christy. Any messages from my father and ancestors? Um, Christy, I'm just a little bit curious. Have you been restless? Because I suddenly got like it was my physical self. I kind of got a little bit restless because they're trying to. I don't. I feel it's more personal restless. I don't feel it like external to you. I feel like it's more personal restless, and I also feel it energetic. That they're part of that feeling is they're trying to come in and support you, and they're trying to come in and navigate with you, and you're not sure what you're feeling. So I don't know if you've been questioning, was that spirit that was around me or are they with me? And I feel like it kind of gives you that restless. They're trying to come in and saying, we're always here. We're always walking with you. We're always sitting with you. We're always chatting with you. And I just had to kind of like calm down that restlessness a bit. And it's like instant you feel them. It's like, oh, there they are. I know they're there now. Um my boyfriend's mom has two goldfish. She's had a few years now and wants them to pass because she's tired of dealing with them. How do fish feel? What do they need to be thriving? I feel they aren't happy. Well, they're not happy if somebody wants them to pass. If somebody. So and fish have a soul. So fish have a soul, and anyone that has a soul has feelings, and they're aware. So I do feel like they know they're not loved, and I do, and I kind of have a little bit of sadness there, and I don't. ever want to say it's only a fish because I don't believe that. I feel like these fish need to either be donated or go somewhere or find somewhere else where they can have a different vibe because they are feeling it. So if you know anybody easy puff that can take the fish, I think they'd be grateful. I'm definitely feeling the things I can't control. Anxiety has been horrible and okay. So Ian, go back to some of the things that I've talked about. Go back and kind of lean into what I can control. Collective maturity, connecting with energy that's of a different vibe, lifting up yourself, being able to lift yourself up and put down the heavy. If we're gonna carry heavy, we're gonna stay in heavy. Okay. Okay, you guys, I gotta watch the time here. It's almost 9 o'clock already. Bianca, question for my sister Kimberly's music career. Ooh, that feels exciting. Um, I just literally got a hand on my back pushing her forward. So I don't know if she's struggling with I don't know if anything's gonna happen to me or happen for me. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Like I feel like she's questioning a lot and fair enough. But I feel like I've got to really push her forward. And I have to say it's almost like she's walking a tightrope. I can literally see like a tightrope. I don't know what a wire. I guess tightropes are made out of. And I can see her kind of walking and I can s- and then she doesn't need to hold on tight. She already has her balance. Wow. So I feel like with that, I feel like I have to say, with the tightrope, it's one foot in front of the other, right? So I need to get her to trust the tightrope. She's supported. I don't see her falling, and I see her taking this one step at a time. And I feel like I've got to say, with the hand on your back, allow yourself to take the step. So Bianca, is she afraid to take a step? I feel like I've got to say, take the step from the tightrope. There's something there with the next step and one step at a time, and that she's supported from behind. I can feel that those hands back there. She's supported from behind. So get her to lean in there. Get her to practice that exercise that I talk about the free falling on the bed or free falling on the couch. She's protected from behind. One step in front of the other. Kate CB, it so resonates. Thank you. You're very welcome. Jasmine, any messages from my friend? Jasmine, did she have a real funny, youthful kind of energy? Because she literally just put my hair in pigtails. So I'm not sure what the pigtail reference is, other than that youthful or childlike or playful kind of energy, like that Pippi Longstockings. It's funny to see yourself like that from spirit. Um, and she's also wants you to know, number one, like all spirit when they cross, she's okay. She's very much okay. And I feel like a warrior energy from her. And I feel like Jasmine, she's trying to give it to you. I feel like she's trying to hand you down that loving warrior energy that, she's with you while you navigate through, life's battles, because life has its moments. But I feel like I've got oh, here she comes with the pigtails again. I feel like she's trying to bring through that playful energy, that pigtail energy, that funny, childlike energy, because she just literally gave the pigtails to my screen to give to you. So she's trying to give that to you. And I get it that, when someone passes it, we're navigating through grief. This is more life stuff. This is more playful stuff. This is more taking that path. All right. Oh, here we go. I'm hoping we will be surprised by an unexpected turn of events. There is an unexpected turn of events coming, Crystal, and or Elena. There's something powerful coming with lights. So and Spirit doesn't always give me all the answers. Spirit just gave me that big, powerful light at the end of the tunnel, light on our feet, and it feels this month for me in the next couple weeks. I was just wondering out of curiosity the other day and wanted Lena's opinion, not something I've never witnessed and struggled with. Thank you, Lena. You're very welcome, darling. And thanks for sharing and thanks for your question. I'm very open to all questions. If I have an answer or an opinion, I share it. So thank you very much for posting that. When someone dies by accident, does the soul know he's dead? Yes. So the soul does know when the physical body leaves here, whether it be, sudden or not sudden. I have had spirit come to me right after a sudden death, like almost like instantly, with that. Okay, I'm suddenly out. Now what? Right. So there can be that element of a surprise, but spirit, they cross over very 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 quickly. They do cross over, but they do know when the physical body, when they're out of it, when the soul's out of the physical body. Absolutely. And that is a really good question. You guys are throwing some great questions out there, you guys. I appreciate that. Random reminder for people to hydrate. I forgot myself. Oh well. I lost you, Shy. Random reminder for people to hydrate. I forgot myself being too busy working with the fairies here. Yes, they hydrated. Sometimes they're confused and hang around for a while. They have a spirit guide or someone with them. Absolutely, to try and get them to the light. Most times, 99% of the time, because remember, even with all passings, not just the sudden one, when we pass, nobody passes alone. So a spirit guide is right there, an ancestor is right there. There can be that sudden surprise, but they cross immediately 99% of the time. And I have had spirit, so I have had, when my hair is wet, I have had spirit who have passed. This is kind of cool when this happens, when I see it this way. I have had people who have passed check into the spirit dimensions, literally like hit the buzzer. Hey, I'm here. I've checked in, and then come back to support people who are getting that shocking news. That's when either when the police come or when families told so and so passed. I have had spirit show me that I checked in. Yeah, I'm all good. I just gonna come back to the physical world and support my family while they're giving the news. And I love that. Like I love that. Right when we pass too, and I want to just remind you, when we pass, we have a different perspective immediately when we're there. Because and it was like that for me. Technically, my passing, when I had my experience twice, was sudden. I died on an operating room table. So I had that sudden, unexpected. Here I'm over I go, and it had that feeling of, oh, I'm here. And I wasn't sad that I was there. I was very much excited that I was there, even though, I was young, I was healthy at the time. I wasn't expected to have any complications on the operating room table, and I was very much okay. And I had loved ones and ancestors right there for immediately. Okay, here we go. Michaela, thank you so much. I hope you had a great time in Mexico. I had such a good time in Mexico. Oh my goodness. It was like, I can't wait till the video comes out. So I did, it'll be my first kind of long video. I kind of did a bit of a documentary as we navigated through our days. So it's being edited right now. Please be gentle with me because it is my first one when it comes out. It was so profound, and only love and only the experience over there from local people, and it was so incredible. And I did have some moments where I was extremely overwhelmed, and I wasn't expecting it to be that to feel that the power and the energy of so many of the dead folks coming in, and the energy of the living people. And I had moments where I was trembling, and it was just me learning how to navigate so much energy. So the biggest platform event that I've ever done, it was a couple years ago now, was 300 people. So 300 people living, and if you do the math, if they each have two to five people that are passed, usually it's more with ancestors, that's a lot. But when you have thousands of people around you calling in their dead folk and they're all there, it was at an energy that I haven't worked at before. And there were times where my physical body, I was shaking. There were times where I was sobbing. It was a good sob. It was feeling the power of so many spirits all around and seeing people connect with them. The Day of the Dead, one thing that really really resonated with me, was how death is viewed with that, and the celebrations. It was celebrating, to the highest level that I've ever experienced. And I felt, I was like, I felt for a moment this is how it should be, because I know I have a very different view on death, and even with my own loved ones and friends that have crossed over, I have a very different view on death. So to be in that environment where the view is very similar, and the celebrations and the honoring, it was profound. And the people that, complete strangers who don't speak English, and my Spanish has about maybe 10 words in total, and I might be being generous, having me come into their home and sharing their experience. And it was, wait till you see the video, you guys, it was incredible. And if you ever get an opportunity to experience that, I highly recommend it. I really do. We are talking about going back next year and taking a group over. So, watch for those details as Kim and I kind of navigate what that's going to look like. We've got to do our research on it. We've got to kind of plan out. And I'm also really grateful. And here's one thing that I loved, I think the most, was that we went to a small village. We didn't go to, into a great big city to experience this. We went to a little wee village. It was extremely powerful, filled with surprises that I wasn't expecting, and I loved it so much. I loved it so much. Okay, here we go. Let's grab a couple more. Then I'm gonna have to go, you guys. I'm just gonna try and grab a question from someone who hasn't asked. Lana, sobbing, that must have been very powerful then. Lana, and sobbing is not the thing that happens often, I feel. No, it does not, Shaw. You're right on that. Um, it was an extremely powerful energy to be in. And in the sobbing was a lot of gratitude. It was just so much gratitude, and overwhelm. The overwhelm was huge, because remember, not only do I feel, but I see, right? So, and I hear. So it was a lot coming at me from the mediumship point of view. But I really feel though that the purpose for me, one of the purposes for me to go over, I think, was to be able to manage that energy. There's something coming for me, whether it be an event or how my channeling is going to change. I needed to feel spirit at that high of a vibration. It was I truly felt like I was learning something there with that energy and how to manage it. So there's something brewing there, and I took my learning, with my head held high, and I loved it so much. Little villages are the best as long as it's in a safe area. Aaron, I felt so safe. I felt safer in the village that I was in than I do in most areas in my hometown. Wandering, we were walking at night, kind of like in those, the streets. Some of them are, I don't want to call them alleys because they're a little bit wider than an alley because you can get a vehicle down them. But it was extremely safe. It was nothing but I don't know, a feeling of just safety. It was incredible how safe it was. But with that, I always travel with protection, and I don't have fear, so I don't pull that out. But it was an extremely safe feeling day or night, and we wandered around at night, and I loved it so much. Did you just say Little Wee Village? Probably. Shaz, hey Lana, I'm sorry. Sorry, Shaz. Hey Lana, I'm very indecisive about picking a degree to do. What do you see me doing, law or English? What is your advice? Okay, so Shaz, I'm not gonna make the decision for you, okay? Because I feel like it needs to be yours. But I feel, Shaz, when I need to get you to spend some time without influence. I don't know if you have other influences, or if it's the overthinking that I'm picking up, but I feel like I've got to say to you, find a sacred place for you. So whatever that may be, if it's down by the water or down near sitting on a rock or out in the grass or under the moon, what is your sacred place? What makes you feel peaceful? In a location. If it's your couch, great. I need to get you to sit there, and I need to get you to simply breathe, and I need to get you to feel into your own heart space. I feel like a lot of people, have been giving you advice, and spirit won't let me layer that advice. It needs to be what you want. And I feel like I need to say to you, Shaz, you are going to pick the right one. You may have moments where you question it, because we always question things when things get hard, right? But I feel like, and getting a degree, it's not going to be, easy no matter which way you go. It's hard work. But I feel like you're going to pick the right one, Shaz. And I feel like I have to say, Sit down and breathe in a place that brings you peace and relaxation, or a place that you can simply quiet your mind and allow yourself to feel for the answer. Allow the answer is within you. It's not within me. It's not within your family. It's not within your friends. And I feel like I just have to remind you, you are going to choose the right one, even though it's going to be hard work. You're going to choose the right one. It's going to bring you to where you need to be. And I need to get you to trust that. Okay, so I also get you. I gotta get you to. I'm just having a listen here, Shaz. Sorry. I also need you to just ground yourself a little bit more, but on a regular basis. As a as a life thing. Like just kind of like I need that practice. I need you to get you grounded because I feel like not just right now, but I feel like coming up. I feel like sometimes you don't hold your own ground. You don't hold you don't hold your own space. It's almost like I have to say, get yourself a little square tile to stand on or a piece of grass to stand on where this is the ground that I'm holding. This is my ground. This is my journey. I just got to get that kind of going up there. All right, you guys. Shaz, thank you for that. I'll be going to the park to do this exercise and keep us posted, Shaz. When you feel ready to share, keep us posted in the decision that you make, and we will be cheering for you. You have a whole community here of people who are going to cheer for you. All right, let's move forward. Let's grab the book. Jasmine, been feeling angry and upset a lot. My body has been sore. Your body is telling you, Jasmine, that this energy is not serving you. Find a way to let it go. Everything is only temporary. Go back and listen to the beginning of the live if you like. You know, choose to spend your energy different. Choose to kind of step out of that. Put down what you can't change and join in on what you can, right? Join in on what you can. All right, let's go here. 153. It's safe for you to make the changes that you're considering as long as you stay focused upon service and divine love, which is which the ascended masters can help you do. These changes will be fruitious. Let's do another one. I love this community. I love this community too, Shaz. So much. And I feel like I know everybody personally here. Like I feel like some of you I've never even seen your faces. And I feel like I know you personally. Okay. 211. What's a big one? Now is the time for you to rise above any seeming problems and ensure that every word you speak, write, or think is as positive as possible. You're manifesting very quickly. So you want to ensure that you focus solely upon your desired outcomes and do not dwell upon any fears. Holy crap. So that's incredible. And I think that that is huge, right? And we can manifest what we want, we can manifest what we don't want as well. So let's shift our focus out of fear. Let's tap into alignment as our superpower. Let's hold the line collectively, because people still have power. People still have the power, and that's one thing that we seem to forget sometimes. People have the power. All right, spirit animal. Let's see what the spirit animal book has to say. All right, let's set our intentions. What do we need? Hold on. There we go. Tina, got it. LOL. I'm not pulled the stop yet. I don't know why. All right, you guys focus. Firefly. Sorry, I'm getting all these pop-up messages here. Okay. Firefly. You're burning the candle at both ends in order to meet your goals, yet in spite of this, you're not being as creative and productive as you'd like to be. You've done the necessary preparation for the desired outcome, so you can now enjoy the manifestation of your vision. Pay close attention to your own natural biorhythms and coordinate your activities with ebb and flow of your energy. You're awakening to your spiritual gifts and feeling called to offer your light to your family, friends, and community. You're now flowing in the truth of your soul's path, yet it's important to be alert to any tendencies to get distracted by old habits, patterns, or others' agendas for you. Be more efficient with your efforts so you don't expend any more energy than you need to in order to get the work done. All right, you guys. I'll see you on Friday. We'll do some ask the medium questions on Friday morning for briefly because I do have to work Friday morning. It's back to work. Lana's back to work. And I'm grateful and it's exciting. All love all those people. Oh, you guys are so cool. I love you guys. Give me a big old thumbs up, and I'm really excited to get the Day of the Dead video up. I'm hoping that we can get it edited quickly and get it up and share the experience day by day as we navigated through it. It was incredible. And I've also been doing some more filming on some videos that I'm working on. So thank you for your patience and being here and cheering for me. You know, filming is something that I'm learning. I'm learning and I'm always learning and I'm growing. And you can also send me topics that you want to cover. I'll get to them as fast as I can. I do have one on angels and guides that are coming up. I filmed it. I just have to get it kind of uploaded. But yeah, there's some exciting videos that are going to be coming. As always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. See you Friday.